Hey guys, Fandom Foodie. Here to just quickly share my thoughts on the season 2 finale of Gotham last night. It all went rather predictably. And yet, at the same time, it was actually very surprising. God, where to begin? This is going to be a spoilerific review. That's how I roll. If you haven't seen the finale, if you haven't seen the last arc or so of the story, pause this, and then log out or whatever. Just bring up a streaming site and or go to on demand or whatever. And then catch the last few episodes. Okay, you back? Good. I've given you plenty of time to pause. So now that you know that spoilers are coming, you can't, So here we go. Last week we saw there was going to be a falsified Jim Gordon who carries himself and acts nothing like Jim Gordon. However, while it was glaringly obvious that this isn't Jim, and some suspicions are being raised. All they really need him to do, and this was not covered last week, I don't think, at least from what I remember, there's a bomb, and they only needed like a few hours or so. The way they deal with it is actually very funny. It's like, oh, that's what you meant, but he doesn't need to replace Jim Gordon, he just needs a diversion to get people out of there so he can move with an evac. So Hugo Strange can move with an evac. He's been answering to a council. He doesn't want actually to harm Bruce Wayne. He actually has regrets about following through with his orders to harm Thomas Wayne. And there are some more sympathetic and redeeming moments. Well, not redeeming moments, but moments that make it look tragic that he's trapped in a place where he cannot move towards redemption. If he actually does something redeeming, he will be interrupted, he will be destroyed, and the work he was trying to do against orders will be interrupted and ineffectual. Bruce is basically an audience surrogate on that front. He finds out the board of directors does not control Wayne Enterprises, the council, the mysterious secret council controlling Gotham controls Wayne Enterprises, and he's very eager to get to it, and this just exasperates Alfred. One question I've got, what happened to Firefly? I mean, she stood against Mr. Freeze like fire versus flamethrower versus freeze ray. to spare himself something worse, Hugo Strange. I keep wanting to call him Doctor Strange, but well, that would be confusing, wouldn't it, Benedict? Jumps into the fray, but fails to die, so he's still out there, though he is willing to let a bomb disperse radioactive materials as a preferable alternative to letting his little monsters get out. So one's gotta ask, what were you doing making so many monsters? Speaking of monsters, switching tacks from leftover hanging plot threads, let's go into leftover hanging plot threads. Firefly. I must have blinked and missed it. The reason Selina went into Arkham was to pull Bridget out. Bridget became Firefly. Firefly is the goddess of fire. That's the story Hugo Strange told. He uses fairy tales to create monsters, create his monsters. We get to see a little parade of them at the end, where a bag lady lets them out of the bus that Fish Muni commandeered to escape. They really did not look that impressive. There's like these weird non-human claw-like fingers reaching out of the bus, and then it's just people in vague costumes doing an odd filter. I imagine they'll do something a bit more impressive with them next season, especially since there's a fake Bruce Wayne. But back to Bridget. This is where it keeps just clawing at me. What happened to her? Did Selina just forget? Did Selina just forget her? Did the writers just forget her? Where did she go? I'm gonna have to rewatch this and see if I can spot it. That's gonna drive me crazy. Let's see here. Butch is working with Penguin again. They formed an alliance to assassinate Galavan with, well, let's just say extreme prejudice was what they had working for them, is what Penguin had working for them the last time, but now this time they share it, and it's just beyond extreme prejudice. This is like that one Buffy the Vampire Slayer kill. Bullets and Penguin, bullets and umbrellas don't do it. Rocket launcher, but their alliance seems to have continued past that point, and Barbara's back in the mix, and this is how I think it's fairly obvious she's going to somehow become the namesake of Jim Gordon's daughter. Barbara Keene to Barbara Gordon, but she's the one who finds out that Jim Gordon, the fake Jim Gordon, is not actually Jim Gordon, and, well, let's just say he's extremely entertaining. So I'm a little inclined to, just a little inclined to forgive. That no one's catching on. I rationalize, they've seen people rise from the dead, but they haven't seen this before. Then she punches him in the face, and there's that stretch and that fist indent and that excellent like CGI or makeup job, and okay, that's worth it. Okay. No more complaining. Well, for me anyway. Yeah, there's gonna hate. There's gonna be complaining. I don't think that this is a great show, but I like what they're doing with the canon, with the mythology. Typically, we just see, even in Batman versus Superman, we had to see the Wayne murders again. This time, we're actually seeing a long, drawn-out list of ramifications, emotional scarring and recovery. Change of life course, lingering guilt, like an actual death. And that murder became Pandora's box. It was tried to be forced shut. It was tried to be gummed up, but that did not happen. Maybe it's because of Jim Gordon's ongoing investigation, but it's an intriguing show. It does its own thing. It's very inviting, and it keeps luring me back. What this actually has to do with quality, I'm not sure how to rate. But I'm interested to see where they're going to take the fake Bruce Wayne. I'm interested to see how many of the other Gotham villains are actually going to be from the comics. When I first, the fake Bruce Wayne has such long hair. The first time I saw him, I thought it was that they brought back that girl from the grave. I thought I saw her claw hand. Oh God, what was her name? Bruce's pseudo surrogate sister that he only knew for about a day. But no, it's another Bruce. So that something they do at the end of every season, every half season, is leave you on a hook. Jim's in Arkham, Mr. Freeze is on the loose, something's happening. Now there's a bunch of monsters have been released, and there's a fake Bruce Wayne amidst them. Fish Mooney's back to life. And Butch doesn't take it very well, although she takes it with a smirk. The council's gonna want Dr. Strange dead, is gonna want all these monsters dead. Anyway, go check it out if you haven't yet. If you're not into this, then don't. There's only so much life to breathe. But I'd say about the whole Marvel DC thing. If you're a Marvel, check it out anyway. Don't let that stop you. Or you're never gonna look at cool stuff from Dark Horse or IDW or Mirage. I liked it. I want to see where it's going. And that's it. That's my thoughts. Signing off.